Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This week I wanted to do a trial of a cocktail called Absinthe Shockwave, which calls for Rum Fire, but I wanted to try the difference between using that or a great white rum from Just Rum. And I always get the Uncle John's cut because that's just a little bit better than just the straight simple white. So we're going to try these two in the same cocktail and see how those go and which one tastes better. Stay with me as we do this experiment and check out which we like best. Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. Recently I found a cocktail that is called a Shockwave. It recommends Hamden Estates Rum Fire. Hamden Estates Rum Fire is an overproof white rum that's got a very Jamaican funk to it. It tastes great in a lot of drinks, but I wanted to see whether it was as good or better or what the case was between that and a great white rum that's also overproofed from Just Rum. The other issue is I had tried this and I thought that that the Jamaican funk kind of was fighting against the strong taste of absinthe. So that's why I wanted to do this experiment and see what is best between that more funky Rum Fire and the Uncle John's cut from Just Rum. So we're going to go ahead and do each cocktail exactly the same except for which rum we use. So we'll start with the first one will be with Rum Fire. And it's 1.5 ounce of the overproof rum. Then 3/4 of an ounce of absinthe. And I've gotten this St. George absinthe, which is pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not big on which absinthes are better or worse. I think this is a one that's good, but I don't know if it's one that might be better for a different brand. But this is what we got. You can definitely smell that licorice smell. So next we have an ounce of lime juice, and I tend to make sure to have this in a small bottle that's have squeezed ahead of time, so we don't waste time on the videos doing that. And a 1/2 ounce of passion fruit syrup. Now, I'd gotten this passion fruit syrup, hip syrups, and I'm actually getting pretty low on it, but I also gotten one. This is the only one that's just passion fruit, and this one's hibiscus and passion fruit. I actually think that the taste of this was better, but since it calls for passion fruit syrup, this is what we'll use, and it's a 1/2 ounce of that. So we'll do a quick mixture of this. And then we will mix the other one and do that a little bit quicker so I don't have to talk through everything. So I already talked through this one. And it says to put it in a fancy glass. That's as fancy as I've got. To be fair, I'll clean this out. Okay, so I went ahead and put some fresh ice in there, and we will use the same recipe, but with the Uncle John's cut. And I know I like the taste of this rum. I don't know that I would drink Rum Fire on its own. Well, I probably wouldn't drink this on its own. It's best for mixing. But this definitely is something that I think that everybody should get a hold of. It's a really good rum. So 1.5, 3/4 for the absinthe. And then I'll just do the rest of these. Don't need to call them out since I'd already put the recipe above my head or off to the side. Then we'll shake this. Strain it into the not real fancy glass. And now we'll try these two side by side. This one has Rum Fire. This one has just rum, Uncle John's cut. It's pretty good. That's very good as well. Now, it's going to depend on whether you like the Jamaican funk or a little bit less of that, or quite a bit less, because this rum is an overproof rum, but doesn't have that funk taste as you get in the Rum Fire. And you can taste that funk in that. And this one tastes pretty close to the same, but it just backs off. It doesn't have that funk taste, and you don't get that fighting between the Jamaican funk and the absinthe taste. So I think this probably I would prefer. This is also pretty good, but what occurred to me is that these are pretty high proof, and this sugar-free hip syrup's not real sweet tasting. So I thought maybe just a 1/4 ounce of honey syrup. And I'll put the carbs for a 1/4 ounce. It shouldn't be very much, but it'll be a couple carbs. I'll just put that right in the drink, and then I'll stir it. That additional sweetness, I think, will help this go down. But if not, I'll tell you as soon as I taste them. And today is just an experiment anyway, so we want to try things and see what works. You could use simple syrup. That would cut it back a little bit in each case, but I thought that a little bit of that smoothness from the honey syrup would work. Now, I do have the sugar-free honey syrup from, I think it's Jordan's, I forget the name of it, but it's a no sugar version of a honey taste, but it's honey cinnamon, and that cinnamon taste really does help a lot of, especially whiskey-based drinks. But I wanted to just try honey in this one. That does help this a lot. It kind of smooths it out, and it helps that Jamaican funk and the absinthe licorice taste to meld together better. So it makes both of these taste very close to the same. You still get a little bit of the funk in here, but it's blended better. then you don't get that Jamaican funk, but you do get a very good taste here. So in either case, these are great. I still like this one, but I do kind of like with the honey that helps to pull back that Jamaican funk taste, and I do like that taste as well. So here's an experiment for all of you out there, especially those rum lovers that happen to have the Rum Fire, and try another white overproof rum. But if you can get this from just rum, well, you can get it, but you may have to have it shipped to you unless you're in an area where it's in the stores. This is worth having. This is something I keep as a staple on the shelf because it works in a lot of things. And this doesn't work in as many things. You have to have the right recipe for this. So you need something where you need that extra funk in it. So that's it for this experimental week. Next week, I believe, is going to be the first of 2 Christmas episodes. So I do hope that you come back for that. We'll have a special guest. He was here last year, took over the channel, and you enjoyed seeing him, and you know you want to watch for, it's Santa Claus, by the way. You want to watch him on this channel. So come back and see what Santa has for you this time, and he'll do probably about 4 drinks each week, so you have a lot of choices for your Christmas get-together. And then we'll follow that up with an episode that will air probably early on the last day of the year for New Year's Eve. That we'll get into next year. We'll have a lot of great things coming up that I'm trying to plan, and try to get some of those videos worked out through December, and hopefully hit the road running in early January with some really great videos. So tell me what you think of this episode. Tell me what you think about all the episodes. Tell me what I can do better, what you like, what you don't like. Definitely like and subscribe and share and do all those things, because we really do need to get the numbers up so that more people can see these videos and get ideas of how to make great cocktails without having lots of sugars. Thank you, and have a great time going into your Christmas season and into the new year.